some very critical input and feedback, which I believe is true, and I'm going to focus more on that, because even I myself, if I see an app in the App Store and if the screenshots doesn't tell me the purpose of the app itself, I'm not really going to try that app out unless I have a very specific need and I can't really find any other app that does justice. Only then I might download and try to see what the app is all about. But for the most part, everybody wants to see a preview of what they are going to get inside the app, which is true, I believe it. Unless you know someone who actually built the app, your family and friends, everybody else wouldn't care less about the app that you have built. But I am happy that I have built 3 apps and I did not code any one of them, not a single line. But I am proud to say that I have built a pipeline, a structure where everything is going as I intended to do. But a lot of things are not in place. They are still in the beginner phases, I would say. The design is okay from the very first app to app number 3 that is on the App Store. There's a huge difference from the design, screenshots, ASO, metadata, and whatnot. There's a significant amount of difference, but still, it is very premature. It's not really there where I want it to be. It is not appealing, and it doesn't really show off the core use case of the app in App Store screenshots and also the app itself. So I'm focusing primarily on design, architecture, UI, UX, screenshot optimizations. These are my primary targets that I have to achieve very soon. And Indra is down, Indra is not online at the moment. I could purchase another GPT Plus and swap it in and make it work, but I took it as an opportunity to pump my brakes and let it be as of now, since I'm not in a rush. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not rushing to make this a reality. I will take my time, and I know for a fact quality is better than quantity. Sometimes quantity is better than quality. So I want to be in the middle. Quality plus quantity. My apps are good enough so anybody can use them, and not bad enough that nobody wants to use them. So I'm not here. Let's say your apps are very bad, that every feature, every button doesn't work. It just breaks, freezes, and then quits itself. And in the meta perspective, we have apps like Runify. We have apps like Pulsa AI. There's multiple apps, games, Shopify, banking apps, Chase, Discover, Bank of America, and also many other design apps, many indie apps. But mine at the moment, I believe it's not here. It's not here. Like that. So I plan to make it go from here, below to the top. Not the top itself, but I don't think the AI is not as good enough to reach that point yet. And I am trying to find something that does help me replace complete human input from the pipeline. Alright, so since I've established my ground rules, I do have some research to do today. I have been doing the research for the past, since 10:30 I have been on the computer doing research on my next app ideas. I was talking to my mom and I came across this idea where she's currently in the speaking, she said that she forgot to order some materials for the house, and that caught me off guard. Like, wait a minute, there is an opportunity right there. There could be an idea opportunity right there. Maybe I can swoop in and build something that could help her and everybody else in her same boat as her. I go, okay, and then I wrote it down. I have a very big notepad of this is all raw content. At that moment when I heard her say that, I go app idea, and I say house construction. So I wrote it down on what I think the app should have, what I think the app should include, and so that I have given this raw input to Claude, and I have got a breakdown analysis of what needs to be there and what my idea should consider having in it to make it a possibility. So I have a couple research documents that I have to explore. And before that, I need to get in here and then go back here and do this. Pull up some here, and this is something I built on Go yesterday because I had a conversation with Claude. Maybe you were on the if you had been if you were on the stream yesterday, you would have noticed that I was talking to Claude to come up with an idea or an app where I could paste my output and get it polished, removing all the AI flags, red flags, and getting nice, clean output which I can repurpose to mainly LinkedIn. And I had this MVP also clean. Well, anyway, that's wait a minute. Did I just see something over there? Get 2 times more usage on weekends and almost 20 hours off. 5 to 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekends. Now to March 24th. What is this? Copy. Let's talk about it. Today is around. That is okay. Let me go here. As I said, I have been doing some construction app idea for USA and India since I'm from India. Let me start going through this. Let me understand what my MVP should be, or whether I should even consider building. Know what I mean? Now, my mom's live situation is exactly the use case. Let me dig into the market questions you are raising. Something real, but getting pulled into too many directions. Let me ground this in what actually matters. I was going through another list right now. Forgetting to order stone, forgetting to order brake, the borewell motor breaking and falling in, paying unexpected people for unexpected repairs. That's not a feature idea, that's the entire product. Every Indian homeowner building a house goes through this exact chaos. The borewell motor situation is what I call an unplanned expense event. It doesn't need to be solved by the app. This needs to be trackable so the homeowner has a clear record of what they have spent versus from Ramesh. 45 our Borland Hotel Inn. Calling repair guy to estimated 8. Timestamp geotag. This replaces the WhatsApp log. 2. Material tracker. Project start. Contractor or homeowner installed cement that steel with the TNT bar. Somebody will fix the down sand, load, stone, aggregate, etc. and materials are the app shows you use 60% of your cement budget, 75% of your brick budget, 10% notification when a material drops below 20% remaining. Your mom would never forget to order brick again because the app would tell her brick inventory is running low based on budget versus actual. Total budget set at start. Every expense log, labor, wages, materials, unexpected repairs, transport. Running total showing how much we spent, how much is left, and whether you're on track. Again, when I'm streaming, I tend to yawn. I have no clue. The borewell motor repair. It goes under unplanned expenses, and over time, you see the pattern of how much buffer actually need. Much buffer that's the MVP. Not the contractor invite system, not the stage-based Gantt charts, not the payment processing, the handoff losses. Those are V2, V3, V4. V1 is help money mom not to lose track of her money and her materials for moving a house to MP. Is India ready for this app? Absolutely, and the data proves it. Android dominates India's smartphone market with over 95% market share driven by affordability and variety. India has 1.2 billion smartphone users, the second largest smartphone market after China. The people building houses in India, mom included, smartphones, already using WhatsApp to communicate with contacts. They are already on the phone paying GPay for UPI payments. The phone is in their hand. The question is, are they ready for an app? Is any app solving their specific problem? Look at what's happened in India's consumer app space in the last few years. India's quick commerce industry is a $3.34 billion sector, projected to reach nearly $10 billion by 2029. Blinkit, Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart went from zero to dominant in under 4 years. Urban Company was founded in 2014 to serve the home services market, and the company operates in over 60 cities across India with more than 55,000 trained service professionals and approximately 2.2 million monthly orders. They IPO in September 2025. Urban Company. The pattern across every successful Indian consumer app is the same. They took something Indians were already doing manually. Ordering food by phone, finding plumbers for neighbors, buying groceries at Kirana stores, and made it trackable, reliable, and transparent through an app. Your mom is already tracking her construction. She's just doing it in her head, on paper, and through WhatsApp. You're giving her a better tool for something she's already doing. The home services industry in India has a total addressable market TAM of approximately 60 billion in 2025, and construction is the biggest subset of that. Urban Company initially started by connecting beauticians, photographers, plumbers to people who need services through Facebook groups and finding customers through local markets. They did not start with a grand vision. They started by solving one problem for one group in one city. The Android reality you must face. This is a non-negotiable for India. Android accounts for approximately 94.81% of Indians' mobile OS market as of 2025 March. India leads global Android penetration at 95.21%. If you build iOS only for India, you're building for roughly 5% of the market. Your mom's contractor, the mystery, the material supplier, they're all on Android, Xiaomi, Vivo, Samsung, Oppo. calculus flips. iOS and Android hold 55% and 45% share of the US mobile OS market respectively. So iOS first makes sense in the US, but Android first is mandatory for India. This means you need a cross-platform strategy from day one. The practical options are React Native or Flutter. Given that you are in the Apple ecosystem and already building iOS apps, React Native is probably your best path. You can shift to both platforms from one code base to your existing JavaScript or React knowledge which you have for building web things transfers directly. Flutter is the other option if you want the best performance and control that means learning Java. What your entity is now. Don't try to build a trend of India. Don't try to build a contractor marketplace. Don't try to build them before and after photo documentation plan or purpose. Workflows. Don't build payment processing. Don't build stage templates. All of that is real India of shipping. Your mom needs help right now. She does not need a perfectly designed construction management platform. She needs something that lets her log what she's spent today. See how much bricks she has left and know if she's over budget. The killer insight from your notes that separates this from existing tools, builder control, on-site, etc. is that those are all contractor facing. They are built for the guy managing 10 projects. Your app is homeowner facing, built for the person whose life savings are being poured into one house, who has no construction expertise and who just wants to know how to proceed it. Am I going to run out of money? Did I forget to order something? Recommended path for it. Start with India, start with Telugu, Hindi, English. Start with Android. Let's start with Android, React Native, cover iOS, Apple. Start with your mom as usual. SAP is the iterate, distributed tracker, and public tracker. Ship it in 4 to 6 days. Test it on 5 active construction projects. In Andhra Pradesh, then decide if this is worth building bigger. The US version is a completely different product for a completely different user. Save it for after you have proven the India version work. Right, let's dive deeper into this and come up with a more in structure, workable app idea that I can build. I am not building anything. I have an AI who does all of it for me. You know that. Indra is there. He's offline, but I couldn't use the systems to make it work. I need to emphasize more on design. How are we going to make them understand what the app does? Very simple, very easy to do. Very, very user friendly. Currently, I'm using Xcode to build my Swift UI, Swift apps. So, how do I start building for both Android and Apple? Can I automate all of that as well using my existing workflows? Okay, let's see. This is big for you. Here's what matters. Right now, Sunday 2 p.m. ET, you're in off-peak. 2 times limits active. Peak hours are only 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. ET on weekdays. Everything else is doubled, including weekday evenings, nights, entire weekends, like right now. Early mornings before 8 a.m. What this means for you. What you are using. 2 times usage. On it, you get double. It runs through March 27th, almost. Rate limit. Let's open AI, not Anthropic. But Claude Code Don't you think this could be a content post idea? I told you everything that we do should become a content idea. Somehow we need to make everything a content idea. We need to make it content idea. We need to make more people look at us and understand us. We are going to publish everything that we learn and also generally give ideas and understandings to people. See, like Stripe minions, that is something we can post about and talk about how we plan to understand it and utilize it in our workflow, but at the same time educating other people on, hey, Stripe is doing something revolutionary. And also we can do now say, hey, if you are out there using Cloud Code, guess what? Now you get 2 times limits with a hook. Everything should have a hook. Contrary or using blurry swear words or something that catches their attention, stops the scroll and have them read the whole thing. That's what we need. Now you should have this in your burn this in your memory and come up with, I don't care. We need to post, we need to get more following, we need to understand how to do copy, how to have hook, body, content, style, and how we're going to leverage everything that we do. Understand this? Interactive, funny, sarcastic. Sometimes it could be straight to the point or personal experience, weaknesses, strengths, learnings, mistakes, gratitude, pleasure, dopamine. A lot of human emotions we can psychologically embed into the copy. Wait a minute, we did just put something good. Yo, what the hell just happened, bro? I'm talking, what the hell just happened? Did you just build me something Nirmal, concrete, the actual app screens, the technical strategy? How did you do that? What? How? Oh my god! Are you seeing this? How? Cloud Code just built a whole UI, UX by itself. How? Excellent. Sand delivery, two loads, helper wages, money, materials, home, log. What? Yo, this is next. This is something. What? Onboarding flow right here. Nirman. I am a homeowner, contractor, architect. You can invite others to project later. Okay, onboarding flow. Notification, DM, something, send, reminding, lead, current stage, plastering. How? What? What? to be considering different hook options and text overlays. You had a break or something? I like that. I'm gonna post ChatGPT version this Monday because for some reason I think that's gonna go, and I might follow up on that probably next week or use the same hook for a different concept. Anyways, that's good. Let's move on to what we're doing next. Yes, sir. Can you tell me if you can access this link? It is from Cloud, and you are Cloud Code. You should be able to access it. Holy. Can you access this link? It's not. I'm planning on doing it separate from Indra. Indra is going to have his own pipeline. I'm planning on doing this with Cloud Code here. So save it to Obsidian plus memory, uh, and we're going to research more deeper into Indian construction homeowner app market, and might as well do all of the above. Okay, here's the install status. MCP server, Xcode build MCP installed, Apple Docs MCP installed, Playwright installed, mockups, video 53 credits, Obsidian context mode already existed. Are you asking me this? No clue why you just asked me that. Your mom. Do we have that app? So I have both Android and iPhone, so I can Also, I think you already know this, but remember that you have to make sure that the app name is not copyrighted. We have to make sure there is no existing conflicts or apps or websites with the same name. That is a primary concern that we have to ensure that we don't go and have to tackle later on. From the ground up, copyright check, claim check, existing app check, competitor check, name check. It should be unique to the point. If there is an existing one in terms of app or with significant following, or they have been in the business for a little bit, we're not going to use that name. And I see the name Nirman is in. here. Two research agents running an construction app market deep dive. Denmark main trademark conflict check. They land. New topic file links. Build the first premium tailwind screenshot template. Go ahead and restart. Slow. Check it. I did not even come close to compaction once. I think the 2x limit is coming in clutch. From MCP service, Obsidian is working, context mode is existing. Xcode build MCP, Apple Docs MCP, Playwright, mockups new. Skills for UI UX Pro Max, front-end design, App Store screenshots, App Store Screenshot Studio, CLI AppShot 2.0.1. I also see App Store Screenshot Studio is now registered as a skill in your session. Showed up in the system reminder. Everything's loaded and ready. Next step, build the first premium Tailwind screenshot template matching those. Yes. And are these just present on my Mac Mini that work inside of Cloud Code for now, and or are they implemented to Indra? That Indra has the capability to spin up subagents, and subagents can go ahead and do this. I just need to know what is our path going forward. But yes, please do go ahead and start. Every domain is gone. Major NGO with 2.5 million beneficiaries. Dozens of construction companies, all social handles taken. Using it would be a legal and branding nightmare. Top 3 clean alternatives. Name. Gercheck, Gertrack, Ger House plus track. No apps, no companies, clear purpose, easy to spell. Build Girl, build Girl, do it. English startup wise. Whatever you give me, you have to pre-check the available.com.app domains. You have to make sure no apps in the App Store or Google exist. You have to check the social media handles, and you have to make sure you check the trademark conflicts. You have to check all of this yourself before coming back with the name alternatives. Since you know that I am from Andhra Pradesh, Telugu is the language. Hindi is good. Telugu is also an option. So keep your broad mind open for all those options. Well, before you give me the name alternatives, you have to check and verify all of those, whether they have .com, .app, whether there are any apps installed with the names. You have to make sure there are no apps. You have to make sure clean social handles are available. You have to make sure there is no trademark conflicts. You have to make sure all of this before giving me the alternative names, and also understand that Hinglish is not our only option. Hindi is not our only option. Telugu is also our option. Sanskrit is also our option. So keep that in mind before you give me your output. Both can use AppShot, CLI, global NPM binary, any process can call it. Playwright browsers globally install. My script can use Xcruns, Sims CTL system tool available to all. Indra cannot use yet. Space templates roles not. Claude. Indra needs its own integration, updated designer shipper, screenshot generation scripts on the template system in a local location. Indra agents can access path forward. Now build the template system plus rendering script using my new tools. Tuesday, we update Indra's role templates, designer MD, shipper MD to call the rendering script, so Indra agents autonomously generate premium screenshots as a pipeline step. The template system itself lives in a shared location, so both Cloudcore and Indra can use it. Now let me start moving. I'll create the template project structure and the first premium template. So we are actually creating the premium template. As an output, I'm just going to hang tight and see what's going to happen. I'm excited for this. If this comes even close, I'll show you what close means. If this comes anywhere close to this, or this, I will be super impressed. That's all I need. That's all I need. Done. Generated one screenshots in test render. Now we're talking. The screenshot is loading. Device frame is visible. Layout is working. But compared to the AI money reference, I need to push this further. That's why I like Claw Go. It just looks at it and says, "Oh, okay, it's all right. It's not there yet." Device needs a subtle accent glow. The font should overflow the bottom, cropped for dramatic effect. Like the references, headline could be bolder. Let me refine. 1 again. Getting closer, the device is bigger, glow is visible behind it. The font overflows the bottom, but comparing side by side with the AI.money reference, I still need bolder headline, device slightly more centered, more visible arbs or gradients. The hell? Are we doomed? Are we doomed? Let me do one more iteration to get the proportion right. Good progress. The headline is bigger, arbs are more visible. Now I want to show you a side-by-side comparison. This is already miles ahead of the raw simulator captures. But to reach AI.money level, the main remaining differences are the reference images use 3D angle perspective on the device. We have flat straight. The reference has floating UI elements pulled out of the app, badging flow, badges floating outside the phone, 3D decorative objects, gold coins, icons. Those need image generation. Let me add CSS 3D perspective to give the device an angled look from its references. We are cooked. We are cooked. You know how long it would take me to go through all of this and generate images? It's now generated 5 different ones. And each one is better than the previous one, which I have no clue what is happening. I believe the output because I have seen it work in action. The 3D tilt and floating badges are working, but the badges overlap the phone screen. They need to float clearly outside the device, bigger and more glassy. Let me fix positioning. The glass morphism card style. Bash, CD, done. Generated one screenshot from user Gmail. Template output. Test render. Badges are more visible now. Yo. Need to be positioned more clearly to the left and right sides. Let me push the phone slightly right and position badges with more offset. Also, the phone frame needs to be slightly narrower, so it's pushing me down for some reason. Fill edge to edge, leaving room for the floating badges. Better badges. Why are you pushing me all the way to the top? Clearly floating outside the device now. But the left badge still slightly overlaps the screen edge. The overall composition is getting close. Let me make one more key adjustment to shift both badges to sit more clearly at the outer edges and also make it phone is well proportioned. Floating badges are clearly on the sides. Gradient orbs and dark background look premium. The left instant capture badge is still slightly touching the phone edge. We move it higher so it's fully in the gap between text and phone. Done. Test render. iPhone 6, 7, Euro. Tsunami, Telugu Foundation, your language. Your market, construction, network. Vintage, fancy, long, elegant, premium, mechanic, Indica, Amiya, Brick, Constantly, Lola, LA, Gardale, Catalan, Nita, Brick by, Naviga, 30 plus names were eliminated. Will Nicaragua, Drag, Rachana, there will be a 20% all Tsunami stands out. Is Telugu your family's language? It means foundation, literally what construction starts with. Zero conflicts everywhere and it's brandable. My mom would get it instantly. Which ones speak to you? Once you pick, I'll lock down the domain and handles. Sure. Let me check and see if you already really did your job. Okay. One generated. This is a solid V1 template. Here's what we have versus a raw simulator capture. Before, plain white simulator screenshot, no marketing copy, no branding. After, dark gradient background. Let me search. There is no app by the name. Let's move with it. Remaining gap to AI.money level. Reference uses true 3D renders devices, not just CSS, rotate X. Needs 3.js, app screen or mockups API. Reference has 3D decorative objects, gold icons, floating icons, needs GPT image 1. The left badge still slightly overlaps, needs the phone to be narrower or badges position smarter. But this is already a massive upgrade from raw capture and is functional for generating real App Store screenshots. The template system works. Change the JSON config to different app, different brand, different copy. Want me to keep iterating on this template to get it closer to the reference? Build a second template variation, example light mode, split screen feature showcase. Create the shell script so Indra can call it. Test with the real Cinder budget screenshot. Need to capture one from simulator first. Let me actually go open up these images and see it for myself, dude. Give me a second. Screenshot. provider should I go and buy it from? I also need that. Do I go with Vercel? Do I go with Namecheap? Cause I want to give you the whole access so you can build and deploy the site with premium design qualities. And also when we design the app, we need premium design principles for the app as well. That's what we need. So I need you to give me come up with the perfect end-to-end pipeline where we can refine further and have a connection. The screenshot that you gave me is not even close. It's not great. I only see one screenshot in the output folder, and not what I'm looking for. That's just literally a screenshot with some other text on top of the screen, which is all right, but no, that's not what we want. Not even close. It looks garbage. And also, all the things that we have installed, can you explain what each of those things are doing? Example, Playwright, mockups, UX, UI, UX. What are all the things that we have installed and how are they being useful? And it is not a massive upgrade. It is just a one step ahead. It is not a massive upgrade. That is not even close to being good. Going to Namecheap. I should have bought it from Namecheap too. Instant. Yep. Done. Agree. Once we understand the point of the event to workflow, then we can deploy the end-to-end pipeline for Punali. Website punali.com. I have both punali.com and punali.app. Guten Tag. Okay, I just bought 2 domains off the bat because my AI said so. Off the bat. Hold up. What I made is basic. It's just a CSS font outline with text on a dark gradient compared to those AI.money references which have realistic 3D device renders, floating UI cards with depth, decorative 3D objects, professional layering. It's not close. I oversold it. Here's the honest breakdown of every tool installed. Xcode build MCP gives me Xcode build command simulator control 76 dev tools who being used now. It's for building apps, not screenshot. No, it's for coding, not screenshots. No, it's used the npm library directly instead. Playwright MCP, browser automation MCP, markup MCP, real was much UI UX Pro Max skill, database of 161 color palettes, 57 font pairings, 97 UX guidelines. No, not invoked. Front-end design skill, Anthropic's anti-AI slop design rules. Not invoked. App Store screenshot skills, scaffolds, and Next.js project for screenshot composition. Not invoked. App Store screenshot studio skills. Captions, scripts, screenshots, marketing composites. Not invoked. AppShot CLI, CLI tool, device frame, gradients plus captions, batch. Not invoked. Install 9 tools and use 0 of them. I just hand wrote a whole basic HTML template instead of leveraging what we installed. That's the problem. The hard truth about reaching AI money level, those screenshots were made by professional designers likely Figma with hours of manual work. CSI device frames never look like real 3D renders with lightning and reflections. The floating 3D objects, gold icons, icon icons are either handcrafted assets or image generated. To get close programmatically, we need real 3D rendering, mockups APIs, 3.js, not CSS tricks. What I should actually try next, mockups MCP, send a real screenshot, get back a professional 3D design mockup at 8K. AppShot CLI. Are you sure that is the screenshot that you want to use? Why? Also, we have to understand why we are choosing certain screen to create the screenshot. We can have all the screens generated in 3D assets and mockups, but every screen should give the user what they will get from that screen and how they can use it. You know what I mean? And also, all the apps that are in the App Store submitted Cinder Budget, Pair Split, and Pulse Check. All of them have screenshots because they're in the App Store. Pair Split is nonsense. It's not. It doesn't really have any good screenshots. It's all the same screenshots repeated. So don't worry about Pair Split. We need to have a version 2 with big new screenshots and whatnot. But for now, understand why you are doing certain thing. Why that screenshot? What is the reasoning behind that? I mean, you can take any screenshots, but how are you going to understand why that screen is there? What is the purpose of that screen? What are all the buttons present in that screen? What the users will get out of that screen and the user experience, and how we're going to enhance it in the screenshots in the ASC. This is a critical understanding, and everything that you do should be based on that. We are crafting a journey for the user to go through in the App Store screenshot section. Understand this. Also update the Obsidian on your memory so far. I don't want you to lose any of this because you made a major mistake that you had just not used any of the tools that are relevant. Oh my God. This is beautiful. The end-to-end pipeline functionality. Secured both .com and .app. Tonali and App Store plus Google Store. React Native. Yes, good. Cloud file load platform. Cloud build, premium design, same brand language, premium doc design, cloud build, cloud build, free next update, the same shared design system, color, font, spacing, components, one brand, cloud build plus tab, public code, concept, equal everything should be premium, 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 premium. discover, research tools that we need to implement if we have to. We need to come up with a premium design, premium output, no AI sloppy content and design. You know what I mean? Completely premium. Yes, please, you can do that. One, this local agent is still running, bro. What is he doing? You know what he's doing? Indian construction app. More than 30 minutes. What screen success, what value it provides, deep dive is back. I now have a complete map of the app waiting on current station. So agent see the budget at a glance. 5 tabs: dashboard, expenses, budgets, alerts, settings. Tracks recurring subscriptions with weekly, monthly, yearly cadence. Potentially unused, flag automatic duplicate detection, price increase tracking, free tier, 15 active expenses, then paywall, currently non-functional, has screenshot seed data built in, Netflix, Spotify, iCloud Plus, Gymnotion. Screenshots completed. Both agents are back. Let me look at the current screenshot so I know exactly what we are creating from. Oh, projects, so and so, ship artifacts, screenshot, final 122, alerts. yes, go ahead. If you need anything from me, let me know, because we need to create a template. We need to create something so Indra can spawn his agents or sub agents, and they can use this and create my markups or my screenshots. This is for gain. Okay, we need to polish everything. We need to have everything premium. Next.js, Tailwind, Wholesale, Shadcn, UI based. So much in this session. Color discretion, earthy dark base plus blood accent, bold accent, 3 palettes ready, amber construction, team trust, brand kit, lock in. Oh my god, I need more time, bro. Website, landing page on punali.com, what the app does, waitlist, download links, app MVP, 3 screens, daily log, materials, budget, app store access, screenshots, metadata. Indian market research is still running. Once it lands, we will have the full picture on pricing, competition, and what the Indian homeowners actually need. Immediate action for you. Go grab at Punadi on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn while those handles are I tried to, what should I do? Because I'm new to Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. How do I create a handle? Is there a way I can add it to my existing Twitter account or LinkedIn account? Or do I have to create their own accounts with a separate Gmail or email? Educate me, bro. I think we have to. I'm not sure. Shot. I like it. Just create a new account. Punadi is online. Need to add Punadi, 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 Punadi. got the email is well, that is for Indra's pipeline enhancement. Take this as a note. So we have to update the pipeline itself. So the pipeline can create such high level premium redesigns when we put the app through the pipeline again. Okay, so I believe we have all the systems in place for such premium design or thinking. If not, take a note that we're going to have to revamp the whole pipeline for design, architecture, and planning again. So the apps that go through will have all of the findings and research that we have come across and implemented to every single app and screen and button and UI and UX. Well, yes, we have to do that, but that is more of Indra's pipeline fix, doing enhancement to the pipeline itself, making sure all of the design, architecture, and planning phases have all of the premium redesign thinking when an app is going through it for the first time or for the second time, for the third time. It doesn't matter. The thinking should be as if we have to make sure every single button, every single screen, every single interaction that the user is going to have should feel premium and to the point. No cluttering, no sloppy content, no nothing like that. So yes, put it in your memory, make it a point that we have to go through that and make sure that is implemented with all of the findings and tools that we have installed today. If we needed, we should leverage that and make sure that will work coherently with the existing systems, if not already working or implemented. Having said that, focus on the pipeline so it becomes production ready. Oh, I only have half an hour. I gotta go get my hair. Will be going out pretty soon. Will be going out pretty soon. automation mandatory after raw captures exist. Compose them into premium marketing screenshots with device frames, gradients, and headlines. Read pipeline.md for the full strategy. Claude, compose marketing screenshots for an app page. Read OpenClaw workspace protocols screenshots pipeline.md for the full protocol. Understand the app, read the app's Swift UI source at apps app name. My local agent is still going, dude. How long is he going to take? He's crazy. Did he get back with WhatsApp? Can we save this? So I know this is working now. Here's what now production ready pipeline files updated. Scripts generate screenshots.sh one command composition Indra agents call this. Protocols screenshot pipeline.md full strategy journey framework templates gradients quality check templates screenshot journey.json agents fill this per app with screen choices plus headline shipper.md new chunk 4b added marketing composition after raw capture chunk 5 added updated to use final composed screenshots. How it works in Indra's pipeline now. Shipper agent captures raw screenshots received chunk 4. Shipper reads app source understanding each screen's purpose new chunk 4b. Shipper writes purpose driven headlines as JSON as captions JSON. Shipper runs generates produces frame caption gradient screenshot. Shipper uploads final composed screenshots to ASC updated chunk 5. What still needs to do when Indra is back Tuesday? Update designer.md and builder.md to enforce premium UI thinking. Update design quality.md protocol with premium mandate. Test the full pipeline until everything is saved to previous workflows. 1 to 2 anything else are existing stuff. When you talk about enforcing premium UI thinking, how is that being enforced? How will it be enforced? What model should be enforced? What inputs should it get? What outputs are we expecting? How are we checking against the output? That is the critical because every stage when the output comes out, it should be validated against something else to check if the output is what we intended to do. Example, Stripe minions do this, and we know for a fact that we have to leverage that and make our systems just as good. We talked about this yesterday. You should find it in Obsidian Vault as well. But I need to know about it. We can't just say we need to enforce premium UI thinking. How are we going to enforce the premium UI thinking? That is the question. What model? What inputs? What outputs? How are we validating them? How is this being automated? That is the question. I believe most of it is already in place, but double check and give me the investigative report. And also, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you saying that their systems are in place where now we can get an output that is ready for App Store? So the screenshots are going to be really good. Is that what you're saying? That the systems are in place? And also, if that is the case, can you take a sample screenshot from Cinder budget and generate an output. Let me see what the output will be. Okay, I do agree with that, but we need concrete evidence on premium design. We need that. And what inspirations we are getting from AI.money is just a reference. That is not end all be all. Okay, that is just one of the references. There is 100 more that you could get from top performing applications from App Store. Okay, this is just one. You don't use that as the go-to or the endpoint. That is just a template or a reference, not all the reference. Not all the screenshots should be like that. It is just a reference. We should strive to get to that level with different variations and different touches of our own to make it feel premium. You know what I mean? But everything should go through rigorous research to make sure that we have a validation step. We are validating our processes. Every rupee, every brick, the code word, not construction tools, clip art, not religious symbols, psychological equation, trust, the cultural warmth, saffron, amber, plus groundedness, earth tones, clarity, plain type, generous spacing, map of 55 trust, 38 relaxing construction uses. Learn from previous brands, credit, they let every as soon as or do you want to refine any of this first? As long as everything is researched and we have a solid grounding without vague direction, we have grounded direction, vision, and we have a strategy, as long as we are in line with that, with every single thing that we do, we are good. We can move forward. Casting a wide net across 20 plus top apps, ASO, agency data, conversion metrics, and building a scoring measurable criteria, not objective results like contrast ratios, typography standards, white space rules. The goal is when the design really scores the screenshot, it's scoring against the backed by data, not data. Each app gets those reports. We'll have the full report shortly, and then we will draft the concrete validation protocol. Rubric. Verified, clean across all platforms. Domains Sonali.com, app secured. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Gmail. Every rupee, every brick. Typography, logo direction, voice. I mean, it's been going on for almost an hour now, and I guess it's doing more in-depth research. I'm not sure how long the agent is still going to run, or if it's really even doing anything at this point. It just finished writing research. It's saving to Obsidian now. Massive document. Let me grab it. let's do it. Why is it still say one local agent is running? Is there anything else that is running? That's what it's about. Come back and finish up, 'cause I gotta go get a haircut. How much time do I have? But it's gonna be a huge project, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna pick this up after I come back. Current screenshots, raw plus reference apps analyzed across finance, health, productivity, creative, data backed conversion metrics from 7 ESO agencies, 532 framework for screenshot sequencing, hook, proof, conversion, objective scoring grouping, 5 categories weighted, measurable 1 to 10 scale, non-negotiable rules, 28 points in 5 to 7 words, bowling, semi-bowling, portrait, system. This is scoring rubric is what the design being made of users to validate. Not does it look like a, but does it score 7.5 plus across this finance specifying exactly what tomorrow is. Sure, why not? And also, I don't think after the app shot output, the score goes to C tier. At best, D tier. That's right. Why would it go to C? At best, I would give it a D. Before we do that, make sure you save everything to memory and Obsidian if you haven't already. Peace out. Thank you for watching the stream.